Welcome back to the weekly Brooklyn Market Update, brought to you by Engel & Volker's Brownstone Brooklyn. My name is Katriona Kearney, and of course I'm joined by Donald Brennan. Hi Donald, how was your holiday weekend?
It was really nice, Katriona. A little slowish in the marketplace here, and did take a day off on Saturday and half of Sunday. So it's a good little time out, but generally it was quite quiet all around as far as activity goes.
It was quiet, but I actually had a listing where I had 6 appointments, which really surprised me.
Fantastic. Awesome.
I assume like you that everybody be away, but not
Yeah.
enough. So there you
Great.
go.
Awesome.
So last week's data took us to the middle of the month for the start of 2021. So what's been happening across the 16 key neighborhoods in Brooklyn that we track?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start by talking about the new to market listings, Donald. Did they actually perform as one would expect for the start of a calendar year?
Well, if it was priced below 2.25, it certainly did. There was some real strength there. 57 new to market listings coming online, which is on par with the numbers that we saw back in October and November. And it was mostly condominiums, 33, 16 resales, 17 new development, and that's about 60% of that 57 number. There's also 3 townhouses and 21 co-ops in that mix as well. The luxury segment, little flatter, starting out a little bit slower. 5 new to market listings there coming online last week. So that's up above where it was almost a very low number back in the end of December. So we're trending upwards there.
So where was the greatest in contract activity? Was it in townhouses, condos, or co-ops?
Below the 2.25 number again, we'll start with there. 52 total in contract listings, 31 were condominiums, so 60% of that 52 number, 13 resales, 18 new development. And they kind of were through the range of 600,000 to 1.8, kind of equally spread across there, which we haven't seen that too often through the fall. The numbers were usually concentrated under $1 million. So we're moving up into those price points as well. Luxury segment, 20 total deals, 14 townhouses. So that's 70% of that amount of inventory going into contract, 13 resales, 1 sponsor unit. The bulk of those, 12 of them, were priced between 2.25 and $4 million, which we've seen that now for a few months of that strength there continuing just at the lower side of that luxury range.
So people are always curious about the level of negotiability of this price. Obviously, one never really knows that until something closes. But is the average asking price shifting as a result of all this in contract activity that we're seeing?
Well, again, the luxury segment for townhouses and condo resales, not new development, expectations are rising for those owners bringing their properties to market. And new development product flat or trending a little bit lower. So there's a little bit of a separation there, which is understandable. As an end user, you can have usually has a little more time on your hands to try to meet the expectation that you've set out to achieve. And below the 2.25, it's fairly level with a kind of a slight movement up for a couple of different of the asset types. So stable is the word there to improving or expectations increasing.
So as a result of all the weekly activity that we're seeing, what's our message right now to those who are sitting and thinking about whether now is the time to potentially list their property? And does that message change according to whether or not it's a townhouse or an apartment?
Yeah. So, we always stress with our clients that, critical things here at the get-go are managing expectations and always having a listing plan to address the undertaking as you move forward in time and see how the market reacts to that. So, nothing is different there. And also, we've no seller we've ever worked with wants to leave $1 on the table, and we fully support that. Who does? As a seller, I never want to do that myself. So you want to take full advantage of the marketplace at any given time. right now. As we just mentioned, there's some strength there in different price points. So, if you're an occupant of a townhouse, co-op, condo, and you have utility of the space and you have time, there's certainly setting expectations which are aggressive, seems to make sense right now, today. Things can change as we move forward in time, but right now, certainly something to take advantage there, especially at the lower price points where in contract deals are moving at a much faster rate than things coming onto the market by about 100, about 30% above that rate. As you look higher in the price points, we have a little bit, kind of longer lead time to get things moving. We did have a record deal occur in Brooklyn Heights just near the end of the year. It's actually, I think the data shows closed on Christmas Eve on the 24th. A townhouse trading for $25.5 million. So that's a record price there. House was certainly, as far as I'm concerned, appropriate price for that house. It was very large, 30 feet wide, 70 feet deep on a 138-foot lot, right on the promenade overlooking the harbor in Lower Manhattan, fully renovated. So if anything is going to trade like that, and that's about a $2,200 per square foot number, which is not, not a very particularly very high number. It's near the top end of the range, but I think completely in line with what that property has to offer. And, as far as buyers are concerned, related to that type of deal, hopefully it emboldens people who've been in the market looking in the luxury sector and just kind of biding their time, maybe to looking for signs of activity that would, give you more confidence. I think that's certainly a data point that should hopefully result in that. You wouldn't be the person paying the highest price for anything for a while. So you have plenty of room to work with there.
So that's it from us. Check back in next week for more accurate, informed observations on the Brooklyn property market. And as we've said before, if you have a special request of a neighborhood or of an asset type, we're more than happy to focus our session on that. We did have someone who wanted us to talk about co-ops, which we'll be sure to address in the future. So take us out, Donald, with a few final words.
Yeah, just again, the reminder that we always like to share with our viewers, everybody's circumstance is different, right? Our reports that we put out there are a collection of data points. We average, summarize, but as you know, not a lot of apples to apples around here as far as, especially with townhouses go, co-ops, and even condominiums on the resale side. So, we're here for you. Use us as a resource. Happy to share our advice with you, give us an opinion of value, assessment of your home, and let you know what we think about the market condition for your particular type of asset. So never hesitate to reach out.
Great. See you next week.
Bye.